Hello and welcome back to our Pokemon Showdown team building. Today we are building a team around, you're reading the nickname right, Sawk. Yep, that is exactly what its name is based on. So that's what it's being called. If you don't believe me, go check out Bulbapedia, it's where I got this from, and I find it a little bit hard to believe that they actually called a Pokemon this. But we'll go with it. The reason I'm using Sawk, it has its own tier. Look at this. Borderline free, just Sawk. This Pokemon is special, okay? But that does mean it can be used in the RU tier, so we're going to use it like that, and it's going to be great. The reason I think it's a great Pokemon is because it actually gets sturdy, which you don't see on a lot of Pokemon that have sweeping style stats. Because its speed, meh, it's not the best, but its attack is pretty damn high, especially for RU. And for RU, its attack is insane. And you'd see normally sturdy on things like Gigalith, Aggron, Golem that have really high defense already, so they can't really make use of it. But on Sawk can definitely make use of it because it's not the weakest in defenses, but its defenses aren't skyrocketed like Aggron. So because of that, we are going to be giving this thing a choice band. We're going to be giving it close combat. It's going to be hitting as hard as it possibly can. We're going to be giving it Earthquake. And the last moves is really just move coverage, so we're going to give it Poison Jab for any fairy types that want to come in. It's probably pretty likely that we'll see a fairy type come in. And for a final move, I'm tempted to say Knock. It's either Knockoff or Ice Punch that would give the most coverage. You could go with things like Stone Edge to hit flying types if they're going to come in on you. You could go with Fire Punch if you're worried about something like Ferroseed, but I don't know why you would be when you have close combat. You could go with Thunder Punch if you're worried about physically defensive Olomomola, or Big Love Disc as it should be called. But I think we are going to just run Ice Punch, because it hits any flying types that want to come in. It can hit things like Flygon in this tier for 4 times super effective damage, and Ice is just the best offensive type really. So we are going to be running this with Speed Investment as fast as it possibly can be, and we're going to put 4 points into its physical defense, because why the hell not? Why the hell not? And as for its shiny, we don't talk about its shiny. We don't talk about its shiny at all. So for a core that works around Sawk, being a fighting type, it's weak to Fairy, Psychic, and Flying, which are all resisted by Steel, and I can see things like Aggron and Bronzong right here. And we could go something like Escavalier. We could go something like Duran. All of these Pokemon have really nice defense, but honestly, I'm thinking this is going to probably be more specially defensive, because Psychic type attacks, more special. Fairy type attacks, more special, apart from like Play Rough, but are we really going to see that too much? Maybe from like an Absol or a Granbull. Other than that, no, we're going to be seeing Moonblast. So I think we're going to have a specially defensive Steel type, therefore Bronzong is pretty much going to fit what we need. So we're going to be giving leftovers to this specially defensive Bronzong, and we're gonna rock out with it and see how it goes. Gonna go with 248. Gonna go with something like this. I think it's gonna be more physical than special, so we'll go with a Careful Nature. Its shiny is we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. Yep, that shiny. Look at it. It's disgusting. What is this Pokemon? What even is this Pokemon? But we're going to be going with Gyro Ball, so actually, quick change of nature, we're going to go to a minus speed nature, not equal speed nature, that's not a thing. So this thing's as slow as possible. We're going to be running Stealth Rocks on this, that's for certain. And definitely Toxic, so that we can whittle them down a little bit. And I'm tempted to give this thing Reflect. I'm tempted to give it Screens, I really am. But at the same time, I don't want to get completely walled out by things with Magic Bounce. So because of that, we could always give it Explosion, but I think we're just going to give it Iron Head to hit things like Xatu with a Magic Bounce. Because if not, we would... No, I mean, we can hit Xatu with Gyro Ball. There would be no point in giving it Iron Head. To get Zen Headbutt, you could run Zen Headbutt. We could run something like Rest. honestly, we do have a lot of options that we could go with. We could go with something like Earthquake, just for straight up damage. So many options we could go with on this thing, actually. It gets a lot of good moves. I think we're going to go with the Zen Headbutt. Kind of a basic thing to go with, but it looks okay. It looks okay. I don't know why they're recommending 252 HP, because that would make it an even number, so we take more Stealth Rock damage. I don't like that. But wait, can this thing get Rapid Spin? I just need to check. I don't think it can, but I just need to check. No, it can't. Okay, back to Zen Headbutt. It's worth a look. It's worth a look. So, for a physically defensive counterpart to Bronzong, we need something that resists... we're going to keep with Levitate, so we need something that resists Fire, Dark, Ghost. Yeah, Fire, Dark, Ghost. I feel like there's something else, but it's not coming to my mind at the moment. So Fire, Dark, and Ghost. So a physically defensive Dark type would be quite nice, but Dark types generally don't have the best stats. We could go with Drapion, but I'm not really feeling it. Not really feeling it. So I think we are going to go with something more like a Water type, so like a defensive Blastoise, defensive Alamomola, Big Love Disc. I want Big Love Disc. We're going to have a Big Love Disc on the team. It's all it is. This Love Disc should have evolved into this. It really should. Why it didn't, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to go with Regenerator. We're going to go with... Do we want to double up on Leftovers, or do we want to give you a Citrus Berry? I think we'll give you Rocky Helmet, actually, now that I think about it. And you do get Calm Mind, so we could buff your special defense. Because honestly, your HP is just through the roof. You're going to get Scald, because that way it'll weaken physical attacks. You're going to get Toxic. We could Wish Protect. We could. We could give it Wish Protect. We really could. And honestly, that's probably the best way of running it. As much as I hate it, I really hate it, but it's the best way of running this Pokemon, so we're just going to do it. And what the hell is that? You are not a drag queen, Big Love Disc. You are not a drag queen. What are you doing? What? What is this? No words. No words. This needs to be called Beauty. I forgot to name this, but this green. Look at this delicious Pokemon. No, this team so far. Oh my god. Oh my god. We're gonna take a little bit of power onto this team, and we're gonna have a look at something. We need a Rapid Spinner, possibly. And we also need a strong, fast special attacker. We are missing a strong, fast special attacker, so we'll have a quick look. We have Axelgore, which could definitely do it. It would also have Switch Initiative in U-turn, but it wouldn't be the strongest Switch Initiative, and its defenses are pretty poor, but definitely a possibility. We could have something like Delphox. Delphox is a fast special attacker, but it doesn't really have anything other than that speed and special attack. It doesn't really have any gimmicks, no U-turn, nothing like that. We could go with Boom Burst X-Cloud, always an option. It's not fast, but I mean, it's good. We could go with Jolteon or Manectric. Jolteon just seems better. Out of the two, why would you pick Manectric? There is no reason to pick Manectric over Jolteon. Unless you're sure you can get a Lightning Rod boost. So we're gonna go, you know what, yeah, we're gonna take a Jolteon, we're gonna take a Life Orb Jolteon, we're gonna give you Volt Switch, obviously, because why wouldn't I want that? We're gonna go with, what else do you want? What else do you want? I want you to have Hidden Power Ice for, oh my god, voice crack there. Hidden Power Ice for ground types. We're going to take Shadow Ball, or we're just going to take Thunderbolt. We're going to go with a nice standard special sweeping set. This one needs to be done. Tesla, I'm pretty sure I named you this in like one time when I used Jolteon in a previous team builder. I think, maybe, I don't actually remember. So we're going to just roll with that. And your shiny, I'm pretty sure it's ugly, isn't it? Yeah, that's not a nice shiny. So, we need... This is looking nice. This is looking like we've got quite a nice variety. We don't have any weaknesses, because this is ours Levitate, so we don't have the ground weakness. So we can pick up pretty much anything we like, which means we can pick up a nice looking Choice Scarfer, so we can have something to outspeed. So what do we want that can be Choice Scarf? Absol, not really the best Choice Scarfer. Choice Scarf, Choice Scarf, Choice Scarf. Choice Scarf Synxino, admittedly, is something. Choice Scarf. What is going to be Choice Scarf? Flygon. Flygon is an amazing Choice Scarfer, because it gets U-turn. We could have Volt Turn action. And it's got nice stats. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. This is our Choice Scarfer right here. I'm kind of deciding on the moment, but we're gonna go with it. You get Outrage, which you're getting. You get U-turn, which you're getting. You get Earthquake, which you're getting. And for a final move, what do you want? What do we want to give this thing? We could give it Fire Punch, but I don't feel like Fire Punch hits that much in this tier. What is going to come in on a Flygon? Possibly a Mulla, but we can Outrage that and hopefully deal some good damage. Maybe Bronzong. So Crunch is definitely a possibility. What else would come in onto a Flygon? Not a lot. Okay, I think we're just going to run with Crunch in that case then. We could go Rock Slide for the flinches, but honestly, Crunch hits the Pokemon that I'm most scared of, so we'll go with Crunch. And a name for you, you are being called Ace. Pretty basic name, I know, yep, leave it alone, no one cares. And we don't have a Mega. What Megas could we pick? We don't necessarily need a Mega. What weaknesses do we have? We have a little bit of an Ice weakness, but it's not too bad because it's only on that one Pokemon and both of our cores resist it. We have a tiny Fairy weakness, so as long as it's not weak to Fairy, we should be fine. Generally, Bronzong can deal with Fairy types. Meganium, definitely this one. I love Meganium. I think we can take a Mega Banette. Mega Banette. Yeah. So we can take... We'll take Cursed Body as the ability. Why not? Your shiny... What does your shiny look like? I feel like your standard is just a little bit better. Shiny isn't horrific, but it's not great. I would nickname this thing Antoinette, but I don't know how I spell it. So, nailed it. Nailed it so much. We're going to give it Destiny Bond, we're going to give it Knockoff, it's going to get Gunk Shot, and it's going to get, like, Will-O-Wisp. But I don't like that set, so actually it's not, it's going to, I mean, it's not terrible. I hate how offensive this thing is. Its attack is so high, but it can't use it. It just can't. It can't use it at all. So we're just going to make it Adamant Nature. We're going to give it as much speed as we can in the hopes that we can possibly get something off with it, but I mean, when it's Mega Evolved, it gets Prankster, so we'll be able to always get a Will-O-Wisp off on something unless it misses. And I just feel like this is probably the best we can do with Mega Banette. It pretty much has a guaranteed KO on something if you can use Destiny Bond right, so it is pretty good. So it could probably take out 2 Pokemon on its own, which means it's definitely worth picking up. We have a very physical-based team, but honestly, I don't mind. There isn't too much Intimidate in this tier. We don't have to worry about like Intimidate Landorus, Intimidate Salamence, anything like that. The most scary thing we have in this tier is like freaking Intimidate Quillfish. I think Quillfish is in this tier. Yeah, so I mean, is Quillfish really not in this tier? Yeah, Quillfish is in this tier. I was just looking in the wrong place. So yeah, Intimidate Quillfish, you know, that's going to be our most terrifying thing we could possibly come up against, and I think that is going to be our team. We have EVs on everything, we have moves, we have shinies, we have names. That looks good. So if you guys have enjoyed this team building episode, if I can say it, leave a like down below, hit that subscribe button, do it for this Drag Queen Big Love Disc, and without further ado, bye!